Hello everybody, this is my oral presentation for INT 2013. Um, my project was basically on conserving and saving trees. Trees are such a valuable resource that I wanted to be a part of the solution of not wasting paper products. And so I came up with this project in a way that we could save save paper and waste less paper and conserve our trees. So I propose to take a few steps to preserve trees by reducing the use of paper. Um, I want to point out trees make oxygen. We need oxygen to breathe and live. They sequester carbon, they fix nitrogen, distill water. Um, they make complex sugars and foods. They create microclimates. I could go on and on and on about how we need trees. They even self-replicate. Um, how amazing is that? Um, so I wanted to basically implement new saving tactics or techniques every 2 weeks, so as not to like shock myself or my family into saving. So in order for this really to take effect, I needed to have like all the supplies handy that I would need to get the project started, or get everybody to come on board. So I'm going to show you a little bit of some of the things that we would use. Um, we would use recyclable bags. This is like a nylon type fiber, and I can use it over and over as many times as I would like. Um, and you can take these to grocery stores. You can take this if you're washing clothes, if you're carrying different things. You could use this bag, and you could keep it forever and ever, and you wouldn't have to waste paper by using plastic bags or paper bags. And if you had to use paper bags, I would suggest using recyclable bags like this that you could still use over and over until they get wet or torn, and you could have these recycled also. Um, Also, I suggest instead of using lots of paper plates, having plenty of clean dishes available, silverware, those kinds of things. You want to use cloth napkins. I would make sure to use towels. You could use towels to wipe up stuff. You could wash them. Keep a lot of clean towels handy. Um, and like I said, cloth napkins, so that you wouldn't be using so many paper towels. Um, let's see. Also, I wanted to make sure that instead of always having a bunch of paper receipts, I decided that I would start going paperless for my bills. I would also use like my software that I could always update and keep for a long time to scan in my bills and not have to have a whole bunch of receipts lying around. Um, Also, I could download that information onto my software from my e-bills, which would let me know, balance my budget, and I wouldn't have to use paper for any of it. Um, I would also recommend, we use so many trees, we have to replace them. I found a few websites and places where you could donate money, and they would plant trees based off the money that you donated, for them to replant baby trees. So if we're going to take away, we need to replace. Um, so I also decided that if we only had $500, that was our budget, I would be spending $500 the next 5 years to fund the project. So I decided to split that up in a number of ways. Um, I said I would get, I could find towels, and I have found them at the dollar store for $1 each. So I could get 50 of those for the first year, and I could use that over the whole year. I don't have to continue to buy towels. They should maintain for at least 5 years. Um, I decided to get dishes in place. Again, I found them at the dollar store. Excuse me. 25 pieces for $1 each. Software. Now, the average cost of software can be kind of expensive, so I would get it for about software, I'd say probably run me around $200 to $300. So I went with 200, but I could use those free updates that you get for the next 5 years at least before I upgrade to the new software. Cloth napkins, once again, at dollar store, 50 for, I can get one for $1, so I said I would get 50 of them. And then cloth bags, once again at the dollar store, I could get 10 of those for $1 each, and if I wanted to go more, I could. Um, the trees, the place that I found for the trees, for the planting trees, you can spend $10 on the plants, which are the trees, the baby trees, and you can get 10 trees, so it's like $1 per tree. So I said, why not just plant 10 trees per year, which would be 50 trees by the end of the 5 years. I suggested also, I love books. If you're like me, you love to read. So if you really love reading, I suggest downloading ebooks. That way you're not wasting paper. Now, I know we love how books smell and the flip the pages, and we're pretty used to that. But in the age of the iPhone, the iPad, and all these notebooks, we could just download our favorite books, and we could click on it, and it goes straight to the next page, and we'll never lose the information. Don't have to worry about it burning up. We'll have it forever. When I was done, the ebooks were $7. When I was done with everything that I added up, it came out to $352 for the first year. And I was able to that would be all as much as I would spend for the next 5 years, with the exception of the trees. Like I said, the trees, I wanted to plant those every year, so that will be additional $10 every year. And this is my little expense chart. I don't know if you could see it, but that's my little expense chart. Also, Kindle, I saw that they were trying to get in on my project here, because I saw that they have now decided to be a part of the solution, and they have now decided to get these hand-free dryers, and there aren't any paper towels in the women's bathrooms. I don't know about the men's bathrooms. In the women's bathrooms, there aren't any paper towel holders, but they have these dryers. And so they're now trying to conserve paper and be more green. And the students really have no choice, because we don't have any way to dry our hands without using the hand dryer. So we this kind of forces you to be more green, in the sense that you can't waste paper, because there's no paper to waste. And you do need to still dry your hands, so you can use the hands-free dryer, which is more sanitary than using paper anyway. I want to point out that students use about 750 pounds of paper per year, and that's a lot of waste. I thought that if I wanted to implement some more ways to help Kindle save, I said they could reduce some of the waste at Kindle by not using as many flyers for events. They could also do mass emails to students instead of using paper. We could also have a fundraiser that promotes donating to buy trees for cleaner air, and everybody can donate $1 or maybe $10, whatever is good for them, so that we could start purchasing more trees to help our environment. We also could allow the students to name their trees so they get them more involved. And maybe we could even try to convince some of the teachers to give them some extra credit for it. Or if they found other ways to conserve paper or our trees, maybe we could convince the teachers to give them extra credit that way also. I kind of got like a little list of things that you guys could do also if you wanted to help in this at home, in your environment, or at work. I said, once again, go paperless. So change all your bills to paperless. Use both sides of sheets of paper when possible when you're printing and copying stuff. Start using recycled paper bags. Use electronic storage rather than paper storage and storing paper everywhere. Just try to use a USB drive or a flash drive and save stuff on your computer. Instead of using paper towels, use the rag. And I know it's kind of hard for some people, especially me, because like I'm a germaphobe and I get really freaked out about germs and stuff. So I'm still working on that part. I will be using more real plates and silverware instead of paper ones, um, which will be better for my pockets. I also say try to buy your food in bulk so you don't end up with so many paper packages. And then you can place them in like reusable storage containers, and this will keep your food fresher longer. And don't forget to download your books on ebooks instead of having the paper books. And there's also an app called Infinity Binder. Um, it has something called CamNote, and it helps you take notes in school. And so that's an awesome app to have, and it'll help you reduce the use of paper. I want to tell you some of my sources where I got some of my information, and you can go check them out too. Some of my sources came from EPA.gov, or you can check out environmentalpaper.org and nationalforest.org for the trees and donating the $10 in order to get the trees made. I I really hope that I was informative and you learned a little bit about saving paper. Let me know how you liked it. It was amazing going through this project and just thinking about how I can contribute to my environment and save my environment. So let me know what you think.